Good morning and welcome back, Trinidad. A special good morning to Tobago. The Buccaneers have reached another milestone, 50 years on strumming out sweet tunes. Third in the medium category of this year's Panorama, the NLCB Buccaneers have a series of events to celebrate this milestone. Their grand celebration will be an awards dinner in November. However, this weekend they will be a part of the Pan Trinbago initiative that sees pan sides playing on the streets from Ox to Montgomery. Joining me is the manager, NLCB Buccaneers, Mervyn Solomon. Good morning. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you, Fiona.
All right, so we'd like to congratulate you, first of all. What is the secret for surviving 50 years as a community band? What would you say is the secret?
Secret here would be the support of the villagers and the commitment of the players.
All right. And EFM Magdalena, how did they get on board and what is their role in this 50th anniversary celebrations?
Magdalena, they have contributed in a way, assisting us with the ballroom. They have made their contribution.
Okay. All right. Now, when the band started in 1967, its main objective, I understand, was to provide an avenue for young men and women of the community, young men in particular, to learn the art of playing the steel pan and to keep them occupied and off the streets. Would you say that has changed, or has it just been strictly on grooming these young men in terms of learning to play pan?
I think it has changed a bit.
Tell us how.
Yes, it has changed a bit. I think, because there's so much distraction now in the community, especially the cell phone is a major distraction. Find the younger ones today gravitate to the cell phones and rather go in the street and line instead of coming into the pan tent. We try our best to keep them there, but some just don't take it on. They rather to go in the streets.
All right, and how has the band really helped to prevent that, to help them to go along the correct path? Would you say the response has been good? Have the young men actually been coming to you all to be part of this, would you say?
Yes, in my village, the younger guys are not coming into the band because the strength of the band at this time is basically 75% the younger ones, and the senior ones, about 25% of the band. So we're not doing too bad in that area.
So how do you keep them coming rather than just getting bored and moving on? Do you have role models in place? What strategies do you think that you all were able to use to get them off the streets?
The band has engagements, and what we have done in the past is to do band concerts around the country, and sometimes we take the band to Port of Spain. We have went as far as Toco, and that would encourage some of them to come into the tent.
All right. Now, I'd like to talk a little bit about the brand. I understand that this particular Steel Orchestra, having started in 1967, the Buccaneers Steel Orchestra, it was an unsponsored band in the beautiful village of Buco in Tobago. Now, the band promoted itself. Tell us about that Sunday school initiative that you all had back in the day. Okay.
During that time, we used to have something called a folk theater at the pan tent. There is where we used to have folk dances, folk drumming, calypsos, and the pan tent. Out of that, the Sunday school was built around because it used to be on a Thursday night. So after Thursday, there was nowhere to go. So lots of people in the area, so the Sunday school was developed around there. They would go down to the beach facility, and the band performs there, and people would party. And Sunday school was built around that.
I want to talk a little bit about some of the achievements as you look back. I understand that you would have taken part in many national panoramas and steel band music festivals and traveled to North America. Give us an idea. Walk us through a little bit some of the history.
Okay. Yes, in 1981, we toured Canada based on a government initiative to promote tourism. The band performed in the 1980 Music Festival, and placed 6th in the final, having played its way through 40-odd bands from the preliminaries and qualified for the finals, being the first band from Tobago to have made that to the finals and placed 6th eventually. The government awarded the band a tour to Canada to promote tourism. And we left here in 81, July of 81. And we did exceedingly well in Canada. We played to lots of people, enthusiastic crowd. We also went to Montreal and played to enthusiastic crowds out there. And up to this day, some people still talk about the performances of the band out there.
Now, what is your vision for the Buccaneers Steel Orchestra as we look forward to the future? What is your vision? What are some of the things that you hope to achieve?
Okay, to have all the future players, especially younger ones, coming to be reading music. We intend to have music classes. We have to construct a new building, which would be our new pan theater. And we're going to have in their music room where we'll have a tutor come in and teach the younger ones to play music and to assist them in being better citizens.
When you look at the younger generation in terms of their attitude and their skill set, do you think this Buccaneers Steel Orchestra, is it in good hands? Yes,
I think it's in good hands.
Tell us why.
Very talented young people in the band, and there's some role model couple. They're especially 4 Weekend and 95 good role models, and they have a good bond.
All right, and also the Rhythm and Thing. Tell us about a Rhythm Run Thing. I understand that was an original composition. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that was written by our arranger, Mr. Cian Gomez and Mark Luquan. And the name of it was Rhythm Run Things. And that was our panorama piece in this year's competition.
Tell us a little bit about some of the other themes in the past and, you know, what really led to those themes.
Well, previously, the Pantone Bago still is to go back like 10 years so and choose any tune from 10 years back. And then the arranger, we have given the arranger the leeway to choose the tune. He would choose a tune that he thinks he's comfortable with and did some wonderful arrangement.
All right, I also understand that you mentioned the orchestra toured Canada in 1981 as part of the TNT government strategy in promoting tourism. Do you think enough is being done to promote tourism through the Buccaneers Steel Orchestra and others like it?
The Buccaneers does its part, but to say enough is done by the government, I can't say, but the Buccaneers does its part by every night playing, every Sunday. There is the Sunday school party, which the steel band can be reached. It's there every Sunday night. Almost we also include other bands to come in off and on, do a thing instead of Buccaneers alone. So to give people a feel of different type of music. But the Sunday school, we play our part in a big way in the tourism because lots of tourists are there every Sunday night. Locals, locals alike.
All right, I want to talk a little bit about your role in all of this and how do you feel personally to be a part of this?
Very good, because it helps to keep me busy. I've been in there from the inception, and when you had nothing to do, I am not one of the persons who love to be on the streets, so I am in Pantene, and I encourage the younger ones to take a page of my book and come to do something positive for themselves.
And your closing comments, tell us anything that you'd like to share with us before we wrap this interview.
Yes, I would like to thank our villagers, as particularly those who live in the immediate surrounding of Pantene, because all the noise during Carnival time especially, they got to come up with. And we intend in this major celebration that we would have to honor most of them for their contribution towards the Steel Orchestra.
Mr. Solomon, thank you so much for chatting with us this morning. It was indeed a pleasure chatting with you. We hope to touch base with you sometime in the future.
Thank you, Verna, and hope you can be at the celebration yourself.